Lori, I apologize. I look, I was just on a Zoom where I said to Lika, I said, you know what? I'm not gonna beat myself up no more if the Zoom ain't right. And here I am sitting up here panicking because the Zoom ain't right. I apologize for that. I want to get all into is it O slap?
Yeah, it's O slap.
I like that cover though.
SLAP.
Show
I
it
like
again.
that.
Show it again.
I like that because it draws me in because I like color.
Yes, yes.
Yep.
There's so much that you touched upon when you were talking before. I was listening, even though I was panicking and going crazy with this thing. That I heard something in my last Zoom. They said in order for you to be selfless, you have to be selfish. Do you know what that means, or is that true? Like, because I try not to be selfish,
Yeah.
but at this point in my life, I really probably need to be selfish.
Yeah. And so I make a distinction. They're saying the same thing that I'm saying, just in a different way, because the word selfish has a negative connotation. Like nobody likes selfish people really. But what I'm saying is be self-centered, be
That's right.
grounded, be focused, focus on, block out the distractions. Because when you are self-centered, you're taking care of yourself so that you can then take care of others, which is the least selfish act you can have, if that makes sense. And so that's what I'm saying, like with the airlines, they put on the mask, the baby's sitting right there. You think you take care of the baby. Nope, don't take care of the baby. Take care of yourself so you can say the baby and the man next door and the other baby over there, your reach is further and better when you are self-centered. When you're scattered and making choices for doing everything for everybody else, you think you're being giving and compassionate and all that. You're really not. To me, that's the selfish act, because you're not giving of your full self. You're not giving of your best self.
Oh, there we go.
You're raggedy. You're tired.
I've been raggedy for years. Yes.
Right. And so I just had to get to the point where you need to know who you are. Like you talked about, you need to know who you are. And I know that I can give more of myself when I've taken care of myself, right? That's where your genius comes out. But if I'm running around scattered, trying to please everybody, doing everything for everybody else, when I get home, I'm angry, I'm bitter, I'm blaming everybody for my own plight in life, when it was my choices that led me to that destination. That's why the book is called Oh Slap. My choices determine my destiny, right? And I help people to go through a process of making better decisions for themselves that advance your own mission. So
now we already understand that you're an author. Do you consider yourself a life coach? Like, do you do this professionally, one-on-one with people?
I do. So I tell people when I introduce myself, I have a day job. So in the daytime, I'm a people person, HR person, and I'm doing that all day long in HR. And that was part of the reason, in addition to my own kind of personal life, that caused me to write the book, is because I'm trying to give these life lessons, these perspectives that will help people get out of their funk and depression and, oh, I didn't get the promotion. Oh, my boss didn't recognize me. And, that whining and complaining about that, even if your boss does suck, you still have options and you still have choices. So I don't want to negate that piece. I just want people to focus on themselves. Like, quit trying to change your boss, your mother, your teacher, your preacher. Quit trying to change those people. Well, they didn't recognize me and they didn't blah, 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 blah. Well, you need to then start making better investments for yourself. You have decisions to make when you are treated a certain way. So
it's so many things that I want to ask, because I didn't know that you worked in the HR field, and I'm happy that you're on today because I recently lost my job.
Oh.
And literally, it feels good. And I hate to say that. And I said to Lika, because so many people hit me up, they was like, oh my God, I can't. And we started crying. And And I'm like, am I that selfish that I didn't recognize other people at my job because I was so into myself? And
Yeah,
I literally was.
yeah.
But it's because I built up a platform that I'm not going to say it's better than everybody else's in the world, but it's become my passion. You know, when initially, and Lika could tell you, I didn't even want to do this. I didn't want no part of it.
Right.
A year ago,
She didn't force me into something that I ain't never
yes,
said I want to do. I still ain't agreed. Okay.
yes. Look, I didn't even want to do it, but I said if I'm gonna do it, she gotta do it with me. And it turned out it worked out in my favor. So when I lost my job, I'm like, oh God, thank you, God. And I feel bad. Like, am I supposed to have those feelings? Because
All these people that text her, Lori,
yes,
they crying and carrying on, and she texted me, girl, they crying. I said, cause they gonna, it's a big thing. They losing you. They like you. You didn't know they liked you.
Yeah.
Lori, I didn't even care.
Well, it's your reaction is one that I wish more people had. I'll tell you a story. In California, we have these wildfires all the time.
Yeah.
In 2017, December 4th, 2017, I lost my house and everything that I owned to one of the wildfires. Everybody was, you need to see counseling. It's gonna hit you. You've lost everything. You're gonna go into a depression, blah, blah, blah. I was secretly happy. Now, and I put that in my book. I was secretly happy because for some reason, I just felt free. Like I believe that God is on my side. I believe that everything I own and everything I do, I am a servant. I'm on a mission. It's borrowed. It's not mine. So I had a different perspective on all of this stuff. And I also know and believe that if the slate is wiped clean, it just creates room for more. And so I was secretly happy about it and felt weird. Like everybody was crying and, other people that lived, in the neighborhood, I would see them sometimes and they would be depressed. And I just wasn't because I had a different perspective. So I think what you're talking about is a different perspective. And I say that perspective is a choice and a positive perspective is a gift.
Amen.
So that positive perspective is a gift. And also the last thing I'll say on this is that rejection, any form of rejection, and I'm using rejection as loss or closed door, anything like that is redirection. What's that?
Your husband then left you.
If your husband left you,
that's me.
It's redirection. It's like, okay, redirection. All things work together for good. And I just believe that. And so it's like, okay, it might hurt. Now, not to negate, it might hurt.
Amen.
But it's the fact of if you can get still with yourself and say, okay, not to be cliche, but everything happens for a reason. What is this leading me to? And I have a choice now on how I react. I can't impact him or her or whomever, whatever they do. Bless them is what I say. God bless you. But then I say, well, what can I do? And how should I react? And what opportunity is this for me? Self-centered. Stop focusing on others. Focus on yourself. So yeah, to go back to your question, Kim, is do I do life coaching? I do keynote speaking, I do consulting, I do one-on-one kind of coaching and development, for people just to help them. Like I don't work with people for years and years. I help people on a short-term basis that are highly motivated to transform, but they've run into an obstacle. Like they've been doing well, they're stuck, and I help them get unstuck. And I'm available for check-ins or whatever, but I'm not the one that's going to be with you for 2 years. Like, you know what I mean? So, because the people that I work with are already highly self-motivated individuals. They just have come into a fork in the road and not sure where to go. We help work through that.
And your voice is so calming, like for real. I can see why somebody want to hold your hand for years. Like, look, because I'm being real. Like, when you have someone and they get you over a roadblock. Sometimes they want to use you as a crutch.
Yeah.
Because they like every time they hit that or hit something or even creating roadblocks, I need you.
That's right. And my whole life, and if we have more time, I tell you, some of it is in the book, but just how I grew up. I truly believe in teaching people how to fish, how to swim, how to fly, how to walk. Like whatever it is that you need to do, let's teach you how to do that so you can be self-empowered, self-led individual. Because again, working in the HR world, I see way too many people that are entitled, that are looking for a handout or looking for a crutch. And I'm like, you have so much talent. If you just used your negative energy, that you use complaining all day about how much you hate your job and focused it on something else, you'd be in a different space.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what I like to do is I want to help people. It's okay to check in, but no crutches because you were born great. And once people realize that they were born in the image of God, and that means they were perfection. That means that you've got a gift that you need to give to the world, but you haven't been doing it because you've been too busy either minding other people's business. So that's the chapter in my book, Mind Your Own Damn Business, and making choices for somebody else, not making I choice, and not taking total personal responsibility for the decisions that you make on a daily basis.
I need that book like, yes. Yeah. I need it like, yes. Okay. Because it hits on everything. Like, that's the main thing. People got to understand the focus in it. People make you feel a way when you focus on yourself. You know, they make you feel like my kids, it's like, I'm like.
You get that guilt trip.
Exactly. It's like, now it's my time. And also communicating it. I'm not good at that. I'm not good at really expressing how I feel about a situation. I hold stuff in. So a person don't know. And then I realized once I started explaining, okay, this is why I'm this, and this. And they're like, oh, okay. But then I realized it's me because I'm not open. I wasn't raised to be open. You know what I'm saying? I was raised, you don't tell people business, especially what's going on in your household. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
That's how I was raised.
That's a cultural
Keep your damn business to yourself. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes you got to be expressive and say, this is what's going on. It's hard bottling all this stuff up in you, that gook.
Yeah.